So the usual routine, 8 o'clock in the morning, Resurrection Sunday, bikes just newly converted to e-bikes, and we're taking them for a spin. A section of Wellington Harbour, that is the Pencarrow Lighthouse, the first one built in New Zealand actually. These waters, although they're very calm today, can be quite treacherous. There's been a lot of shipwrecks in Wellington Harbour. Our biggest maritime disaster, in fact, happened right here when an inter-island ferry hit a reef in 1968 and we lost 52 people. So beautiful but dangerous. Very popular walking track around here and cycling track. There are tracks all over New Zealand. That can show how spiky these rocks are under the surface. No wonder the ferry went down. There's my man cycling around towards where the arrow was, Bering Head. But there is another lighthouse. You're looking out towards Antarctica. You're also right by a sewer outfall. It stank. So there he goes. These bikes might look like toys, but they're actually very robust, highly engineered, custom built with 27 gears. In the middle there is the South Island, and we've now reached Bering Head, and we're about to climb the hill to the left, and we can now because we've got e-bikes. So here we are heading up, looking back towards the harbour, back towards the South Island, and we're about to look at the Bering Lighthouse. That replaced the Pencarrow Lighthouse, built about 1939. Look at that, isn't that magnificent?
Wow.
Beautiful. That's the southern coast of the North Island of New Zealand near Wellington. That's the Bering Lighthouse. Its signal reaches about 100 kilometres. Essential for ship navigation. Atmospheric testing station there. The wind comes up from that's the Antarctic down there, and uncontaminated winds. The South Island in the distance, looking back to where we've come from. Right back behind there, the little grey line. And Neil is just sitting there saying, isn't it beautiful? Well, it is. And I'm taking a stone out of my shoe against that beautiful background. So our little bikes, as I say, about 15,000 K we've done on those things now. We've been all over the place, heading back the way we've come. I think that's a police launch cruising the harbour there. Back to the Pencarrow Lighthouse. An unusual view of Ward Island in the harbour, and back of course to the car. So we've taken these bikes all over the place. This is in France, 3 months pulling trailers. The Pont du Gard in the south of France, that's about 15 years ago. On the southern coastlines, some of the Crusader castles. That's how the bikes travel. The bikes go into suitcases for travel, and the suitcases become trailers. Back in New Zealand, of course, Lake Hayes, Central Otago, just places we've been. Otago Day Rail Trail. In the north of New Zealand, up by the Bay of Islands. This was a lovely one. These are longer and shorter trips. But it was getting progressively harder because of our increasing age to get into these remoter places. And this one here was the last one we did, and we decided never again. Tongariro River Trail, lovely. And Neil took some beautiful shots of our endangered wild duck. So it's the e-bike experience has been great for us. We're respectively 81 and 76, and it's got us back on the bikes again. Great decision.